Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw, and I'm here aboard Celestial Journey, and we're on the Gulf of Arabia cruise. It's a new itinerary they put in this year, and it really has been an amazing cruise. We're almost at the end of it, and I'm here with Anna Gregory, right, who is from England, who is the Vice President, Brand and Customer Journey for Celestial. And we've actually gone on a lot of the excursions on every port. So we wanted to talk, because this obviously is a destination-intensive cruise, which some amazing exotic destinations that many of your clients probably have not seen. We're going to talk about those, some of those things that we experienced, and a whole lot more on Insider Travel Report. Anna, first of all, it's been great to cruise with you. We're almost at the end, right?
I know, it's been so lovely having you aboard, James, and it's gone so quickly.
It has gone very quickly. We're at the end of it. We had to race in and get these interviews in at the last minute because we just have been so busy the whole time. But let's talk a little bit about how this cruise kind of unfolded and where we went. We started off in Qatar, in Doha, and we had flown in early the night before, and we had a hotel, and then we ended up going to the ship. You can go. I don't know if you have excursions in Qatar as well, in Doha, right?
We absolutely do, and it's such a beautiful city to go and explore. So we have excursions in Qatar as well, which you should take advantage of. But equally, you can add in some pre and post stays there as well, which is wonderful to go and really explore the destination.
Yeah, well, I was lucky enough. I was there for 4 days last year, so I knew a lot of the things going on, and it really is a beautiful city, a lot going on. But then we moved to Bahrain. And that was a new destination for me, and it was actually lovely. Let's talk about what did we do? We went off with our press group, and we went to museums, and we went to a souk, and a lot of things. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, it was wonderful. It was my first time as well, James, so it was very exciting going.
What did you think?
I really enjoyed it, and I think we also went during Ramadan, which was really interesting, and it was really accessible. We felt very welcome. I think going to the mosques, it was so.
That's right. We did a big mosque, and you got it's one of the larger mosques there, and it really was interesting, and they were very informative as we got the tour in the mosque, right?
Absolutely, and then we looked at the museums and the history of Bahrain. Understanding how they're growing and evolving, and it was such an informative day. I definitely want to go back to Bahrain and visit that wildlife reserve they were telling us about.
I know. Well, there's definitely some things I want to see there, and then we ended with a nice little lunch with meze and all that. That was lovely, and so that was a really good opener excursion. But then, of course, where do we go is Dubai. Yes. And we were there for 2 nights, or almost 2 nights, I guess. Talk a little bit about what we did there, because those were some of the first thing was, and I've been to Dubai many times, but I've never been to the top of the Burj Khalifa. And that was lovely, right?
Absolutely. I mean, Dubai is a wow destination. We like to call it one of our iconic destinations, and it really is. You have to go and see it. There's so much to see and do, and the view from the Burj Khalifa is just breathtaking. You get a real view for the scale, and I think that's one of the real benefits of booking one of the excursions, because you get to skip the queues, you get to go up there early, you get guided through to the tower, and that's a lovely vista. I think my highlight there was that evening, that hidden gem desert dew.
Oh, well, we have to talk about that one, but I actually I should have started with that. That's what we did first. But let's go back to, because we also saw the Dubai Mall, which is they claim is the largest in the world. Of course, we had a guide that told us that it was the largest in everything, which he's probably right?
I think Dubai's famed, isn't it? The largest, the biggest, the best of everything, which is why it's so wonderful. But yes, you have to go to the mall with, I think, a very full wallet and lots of time to go and walk around.
While it was empty, thank God, because I didn't buy anything. I think I bought some souvenirs for my grandkids. Yeah. At the top, I bought a blue bird, a stuffed animal that represents a building. That's interesting.
Right? Interesting. That's an interesting joke.
And then I bought a camel.
Yeah, as you do. And you have the Dubai chocolate. Wonderful. But I think as well, you can go there and you can see the wonderful aquarium. That has a ski. There's lots to do in the mall as well, isn't there? Which is exciting. It is a multiple destinations. And then the one we actually had started off the day before with a dune drive and a dune dinner, which everybody
everybody hears about. I've been lucky enough to do that a few times, but it's one of those essential things that you really have to do in Dubai, right?
It's the must-do excursion, absolutely. I mean, our guides there are fantastic, so they are very, very experienced on the dunes. So you can do it in a very gentle way, but still enjoy it and get the thrill of going on the dunes.
We were sliding around there a bit, right?
It was fun, yeah. We had a few sand waves, right?
That's right.
We met the falcons and the camels, really well-treated animals, but just beautiful to see them up close. And then coming into sunset, into the camp was just wonderful, and the show that they put on.
Yeah, well, that was a wonderful show, an amazing dinner, and we were there dancing and all kinds of things going on. Dancers with sort of neon lights around them, and also I've seen a little bit, but it's always different and always fun. And then the food was really good.
It was. I mean, it was unexpected. The dancing. I think we'd expected it to be quite traditional, and it started off in a very traditional way. And then the three skirts, they came and they were twirling with these neon lights. It was quite spectacular. And then it finished with the fire show.
Oh yeah, well I can't forget that, the fire show like that. I said, I sent a photo back. I said, well, this is me doing the fire show, but no, not really. But that was a great way to sort of be our opening to Dubai, and then followed that up with the Burj Khalifa, which
Absolutely.
is a really, and there's so much more to see.
So much more. There's so much to do, and I think that's the real beauty of, there's some must-see shore excursions, but if you've been to Dubai, there's also these little off-the-beaten-track excursions, short days, longer days that you can go and take advantage of. But we're also there for 2 days, so you can do an excursion but take yourself off as well, which is what a lot of our guests did, and then come back onto the ship and enjoy the entertainment. There's so much there that you can do.
So I have to go back. I'm lucky enough. I get a chance to go back, mostly professionally, because there's so many hotels in Dubai. It's hard to keep up. And then, of course, we moved on to a very exotic destination that I had been to before, but not exactly the same place. We went to Oman, right?
Yes, absolutely. And it was actually my first time in Oman. And Kasab was just breathtaking, very, very different. And I think that's the real beauty of this itinerary, is that you can have the huge sights and the lights of Dubai, and then you go to the lovely fjords of Kasab, and you have the dolphins that are chasing the dhow.
We did say that we were on a dhow for a few hours.
Absolutely.
And we also had a wonderful guide who was telling us all about Oman and what they did. And then as we were coming back, we did encounter some dolphins that seemed to want to race us, right?
They weren't going, were they? They were staying with us for quite a time. And
they're playing with us.
They were wonderful. So they were chasing the dhow, and they were putting on a bit of a show for us. Wild dolphins. It was just breathtaking. And what I liked is everybody went silent when the dolphins came and just enjoyed the moment with them.
I thought we went to one side to the other, because the dolphins didn't stay on one side or another. In fact, I said, okay, well, I'm going to wait till they come over to my side. And then I did get a good shot of that. And now I'm going to talk about a couple of things that I'm not going to I'm going to experience today, and one I can't experience because I have to leave early. We're getting off the ship later on. We're going to, what's the island?
It's Sabaniyas Island. And this is, when I was talked about the hidden gems and the iconic, this really is a hidden gem of this itinerary for a Celestial, because it's a private island for the cruise ships. And so we can go on there, and it's a fantastic, it's got lots of history in the fact that it's a conservation island. So we get to get up close and personal with some safari animals. So not to give too many secrets away here, James, because I want you to enjoy it. But
it's okay. I'm going to be taking some photos, and you're going to see this, but you're going to see a lot of antelope, the famous almahas, like that. And I'm looking forward to all the other animals too, because it really is a wildlife preserve, right?
It is, and they conserve. So the animals have been given to the Sheikh on the island as a conservation effort. So again, they're very well treated. They have lots of space to roam, and it's done to try and rehabilitate them. But what's wonderful is you get about an hour and a half or 2 hours to do this safari, which is exclusive to the cruise ship, that you can go and do. And then there's a private beach that you can go and enjoy and kick back and do some water sports before you return in the evening to the ship. So it really is one of those multifaceted days that I think I'm so excited when we get into port.
And I think you got a little beach time for us too, right?
Absolutely. A bit of beach time, a little bit of kicking back, some water sports and relaxing.
And of course, the thing I'm going to miss at the very end, because I have to go off with several of our other journalists, and we're going to fly out back to Doha. but you're going to Abu Dhabi, right?
Absolutely. So we arrive into Abu Dhabi, and again, it's the next day we're going to the Grand Mosque, and we're going to see, and it's meant to be breathtaking. It's known for just taking your breath away and just being one of those huge spectacles. So we're going to go to the mosque, and we're also going to go to the palace.
Yeah, and I'm lucky enough that I think I may have some shots from my previous visit where I did go to see that. You're going to be amazed if you haven't seen it already.
Absolutely. I can't wait. And that's the beauty of kind of experiencing it with the guests, because you get to feel that same emotion. So that is one of the don't miss excursions that we have, which is to go to the mosque and the palace.
But you have also alternatives, and as one I was interested in. We're going to do the cultural stuff, which is wonderful, incredible. The palace, the mosques are amazing. But I also wanted to go to the theme parks.
Well, that exactly, yes. We can go to all of the F1 themed parks as well there that you can go to.
We're supposed to, originally it was one of the things the options we were going to do was an F1 theme, and then there's Ferrari World here. There's all kinds of things. So Abu Dhabi is really a must see, and it's a really good way to end the cruise, right?
It's a fantastic way to end the cruise, and it's very serendipitous actually, because our first cruise back to the region in December starts with the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So we kind of go full circle back on the 6th of December, because we return back in, and that first cruise is all around the desert days and the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So that's going to be the weekend and the race day here. So it's good. There's lots to do always in that region.
Book that cruise, because that would be great to see. Because actually this area is famed for its Grand Prix racing. I mean, I think there's a Grand Prix in Abu Dhabi. There's one in Qatar. There's one in Bahrain, and then someday there is one in Saudi Arabia if you ever get there one of these days. Right?
Well, yeah, so watch this space, James. There might be some news coming there. So that's absolutely, and this year we were fortunate enough to have 2 themed Grand Prix cruises, which just were wonderful. We had some of the F1 drivers on, so we were in Qatar and Abu Dhabi for that, and we had some great celebrations with Formula One for our guests, and some secret, we had some surprise guests with David Coulthard and some DJs that came on and entertained the guests, which was a bit of a surprise and delight.
Well, if you have some clients who are F1 enthusiasts, maybe this is the cruise for you, because that's you're going to get great exposure to that, and then you go to Abu Dhabi and they have the F1 experience as well, so you can drive.
Exactly, yeah, you can style and try. So yeah, so 6th of December is that cruise, and so we come into Abu Dhabi, and then the wonderful thing is you get to experience all of that the fun of the Grand Prix and that thrill and that exhilaration, and then you get to do the rest of the cruise with it. So you get to go to the Sabaniases and the Abu Dhabi, so you get a really lovely.
Oman, which is a completely different experience, right? Very laid back on the boat yesterday. I think some of us fell asleep, including me.
I might have done as well.
Now, how has this season been for you? I mean, this has been the first season where you've done the Gulf of Arabia cruise. You usually do incredible Greek, Adriatic, and that's what my experience is on Celestial. And you have the new ships that you have, 2 new ships that have much more capacity than you did, and a lot more ways to entertain. But how has that first season gone for you?
We've been absolutely overwhelmed and humbled by the demand, to be honest with you, James.
You're full ship here.
We're a full ship, and we came down. We knew it was popular. We knew it was going to be popular. I think we've been pretty blown away by just how popular we've been. Full. Our last 6 sailings have been over capacity. We've been when we had to put an extra one in at the end as well, just to kind of suffice demand. So we're very humbled, and we really appreciate all the support we've had in the region, and also with our agent community as well, because the advisors have really got behind it and really supported it. It's been fun, and we can't. It was so much fun that we're bringing 2 ships down next year, and we've got a commitment to the region for the next 3 to 4 years.
No, I just read that you're going to be committed to the region, and so if you want that cruise, it's amazing. I mean, the Greek and Aegean and Adriatic cruises that you do are amazing, and I'm looking forward to doing one of those in the future. But if you want to get your clients on this Gulf of Arabia cruise, you better book now, right?
Oh, absolutely. It really is. It's booking up fast. We do have additional capacity for at the end of the year, but it's not going to be there for long. And as you mentioned, James, we have those wonderful Adriatic cruises. So we have the Heavenly, the Greece, Croatia, Italy, Montenegro. That's also new to this year.
And those are great destinations destinations. I've been to them, but I'm sure you guys do them great.
Absolutely. I mean, and your advisor community will know very much about our Greek cruises, which they definitely are selling out fast. It might be we're having to release the program for further out than we ever had before, but I definitely recommend the Arabian Gulf if you want to try something new for your guests. But those Adriatic cruises, I don't think I can't wait to go on one, because I want to go to Italy, Bari, Venice. I want to go see Croatia. I want to go to Kotor and Montenegro. I want to see that all alongside all the Greek islands as well. It's I don't think we'll get tired. I don't think we'll be bored.
No, it is great. You guys have so many destinations. I like to say Celestial introduced me to all the Os islands of Greece. I have more Os islands: Milos, Samos, Syros, Kos, Ios. I mean, yes, of course you go to Mykonos, and of course you go to Santorini, which are wonderful. But there's so many. There's 300 islands in Greece, right?
Absolutely, and it's our homeland. And one thing we were very passionate about when we came to new regions is that we brought that same passion and that same regional expertise. But we are known for that, and that's wonderful. But one thing that we really, really do try and achieve is these really iconics, the Santorinis, the Mykonoses. But we also try to go to those little destinations. The Milos. We were talking about Milos.
I got lost in Milos on a Celestial cruise once. It was my fault, but I went to eat some ice cream and I turned around and I was lost in Milos. Yeah.
And that's why I didn't follow you around the souks, James.
No, don't do. Well, we ran into each other at the souks. We just didn't buy anything, or at least very little.
I think I directed you out, right?
That's right. You helped me get out there. Anna, it's been great to cruise with you on what may be a new iconic cruise for you here in the Gulf of Arabia.
Absolutely, yeah. It's just been wonderful having you here, James. And I think it's just, if I could give one lasting comment to your agents, what's really important with our excursions is we love to show the destination off to our guests. It's really important to us that they immerse themselves in the destination. And there's some great, pre-booking is really, really important as well. So we do some great deals. And also it's all commissionable, which so you can say the same commission that you do on a cruise that you can on a shore excursion. So
that's key, but I tell you,
it's a real benefit. And what's great about that, if you book in advance, you get front of the queue, off onto tenders. You can also make sure that you have the guides, the guides that you can curate that. But also, if you have groups, we can create some experiences for you as well. So we have a wonderful shore excursion team, and we're really proud of what we do in those destinations, because our ships are wonderful. They're beautiful. Our crew, they're fabulous.
The crew is fabulous. They really are.
But we're also really passionate about putting people into those destinations and really seeing what's there as well. And then, come back on. It's a home for home when you're back on again, and we'll have someone new the next day.
Well, and again, it's been wonderful to cruise with you and discover the Gulf of Arabia cruise for myself. And again, I've been a Celestial enthusiast for a while now. It's my 5th cruise on Celestial, and I hope I'll be doing another one soon. So great to see you.
You too. I'm going to be buying you a Celestial T-shirt before you get off tomorrow, James. As a loyal fan.
There you go, loyal fan. I'm James Shillinglaw here on Celestial Journey, and this is Insider Travel Report.